Will this be reaction slop? Most likely. Crack smoker behavior. Hey, guess what? Turns out I was watching the wrong video the entire time. There was a comparison, and now this is the actual Gravios gameplay. So this indicates the Gravios has sort of a topple state or a weakness state after using the beam. It's been a minute since I played 4U, but this is definitely a G-rank move that you saw on Apex Gravios, Black Gravios, and I think G-rank Gravios in 4U. Hello everybody, it's Cera. Super simple video. I had some free time this Thursday evening, and turns out IGN posted a bunch of recordings of the next returning monster for Monster Hunter Wilds, which is Gravios. Gravios, a monster that appeared in the original Monster Hunter 1, looks to be a high-rank hunt. They call it 13 minutes of Gravios gameplay. Will this be reaction slop? Most likely. Is this an excuse for me to talk neurotically about the monster for a while? Absolutely. So, starts with them in the oil well basin. We're going to Gravios immediately. There's going to be a few moves here and there that are a bit different. He seems to be chunky as always, and one of the big things I loved about the Gravios family, Gravios and Bizarrius, Gravios, Apex Gravios, Black Gravios, all that, is that they were so slow, but they had a reason to be slow because they had nothing to fear because of their rock-hard hides. But let's look at the gameplay, shall we? So this is a big moment in the video. Gravios, a monster that uses sleep, is not immune to sleep, in fact, and goes to sleep on top of this toad, and would you believe it, we put down large barrel bombs, obviously, that's what hunters do. Monster goes to sleep, put a barrel bomb down there, and, oh, but if you would direct your attention upwards, there is a stalactite, right there. So it drops on the monster, 2,500 points of damage, amazing use. We can also see the fact that Gravios' back is broken. Now, a big part of that is that Gravios has two important breaks in the body. One is the chest, and one is the back. Introduced in 4th gen, at least the back break was. The chest break is important because it takes its terrible hit zones and makes it better. The back break is important in 4th gen because when he does that vent, where he vents all of his heat or poison or sleep or whatever out of it, if you break the back, he vents it out of the back instead. That removes like an area denial. If you're hunting in a group with your friends and you're hunting a Gravios, maybe, you know, if you have easy access to the back, you get up there on the back. Try that. I think that's a good motivator for sort of casual multiplayer things. We can also see a smoke from Gravios' back whenever he does certain attacks. He is venting out all of his excess either sleep, poison, or fire. So that may play into certain part breaks. I'm a big fan of part breaks affecting monster behavior, so seems like we'll get a bit more of that. There was a move with Black Gravios, I believe, in 4 Ultimate, and G-rank Gravios maybe in 4 Ultimate, and definitely Apex Gravios, where he would slowly walk towards you, and so on, while shooting a beam. Now, the beam had insane homing, and looks like they've included that attack without the massive homing properties. So that's brilliant. That's great. That's a new threat from a distance that Gravios can do other than charge. It freshens things up a bit. Now here we could also see a red aura around Gravios' face. I believe this is much in the same way of Ray Dow having a red aura after they do their big beam, but we'll see. We don't know. All we can see are the smoke. Now the rest of this is just sort of gameplay. They're sort of peppering him with bolts. But an important thing here is that Gravios' big beam attack used to be he would face one direction and he would beam. That's how he'd do it. Here you can clearly see that his head is facing away from the hunter, and yet he redirects it. Right there. And it has recoil, so maybe this is a special beam attack, maybe it isn't. But he definitely can redirect his beam attack now. That's a new dynamic to the Gravios beam attack that we saw. We see Rompopolo, one of my favorite new guys. He's so creepy and weird, I love him. But, is he going to win? No, of course he isn't. But, the important part about this is that we see, after this big beam, Gravios' face is covered in a red mist. Like so. Now, for those of you who played the beta, Ray Dow had the horns forward and would extend them outwards. after a big beam, and he would have a red all over his face. So this indicates that Gravios has sort of a topple state or a weakness state after using the beam. It's been a minute since I played 4U, but this is definitely a G-rank move that you saw on Apex Gravios, Black Gravios, and I think G-rank Gravios in 4U, at least. This little, like, rear back, beam down, beam up. So, check this out. He does the beam here. Holds the beam in, does that, and pulls it back up and hits you twice. Now, the 4U version used to have insane tracking. This one doesn't seem to, but it's still a threat nonetheless. Seems like they're getting a bit more intelligent with beams. And then we go to this, which is a very important thing. You can see this Gravios here, if we put the mouse over it, has a broken back. And he vents his excess smoke out the back. We've never seen that with any beam animation throughout this video. His chest is broken, his back is broken. He normally does the vent of harming fire throughout his chest, but because his back is broken, he vents it throughout the back. So that mechanic stays. I love that. I love that. Meaningful part breaks, everybody. Meaningful part breaks. We love to see it. Then here's where it kind of takes a turn for the sad. Because this Gravios is exhausted, his back is broken, his face is broken, he has no bitches, no home, no J's, no nothing. We're just putting him down like a dog at this point. Like, we're doing 9 damage and it's still causing him to flinch. Like, this is like the equivalent of a dog that can't keep shitting itself. And just just let it go, bro. It's over. It's over. Come on. Come on. It's done. Like, this guy is ragged. And bear in mind, this was like a 25-minute hunt. Put him out of his misery, you know? That's Gravios. Hopefully I can intelligently put this together in terms of editing. I made this in one night for fun. Thank you, Casey. Good night.